How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Estancia Lapacho. This is episode 2, and as you can see, we are doing some sugarcane harvesting. This episode is probably going to cover most of that. I just want to go over a couple of things with the about this tow behind harvester that you may or may not have problems with. We'll see. We'll discuss that a little later on. Before we begin, though, I just wanted to first and foremost welcome you all if this is your first time to my channel. Thanks for stopping by and checking out my videos. I appreciate it. And if you are a repeat viewer, well, welcome back, guys, and thanks for your continued support. Other thing I wanted to talk about before we started is I wanted you guys to know that I am playing legitimately, and by that I mean no money cheats, right? There's no money boxes open anywhere. I'm not getting any money, as you can see. I've just been working the fields. I've been doing contract missions, and I have been mowing a small patch of grass over by, I don't know if I have anything over there yet. I do. I've been mowing this patch of grass for silage bales, and this one only. I haven't got anywhere else. Not until I start creating fields will I do that on a bigger basis. There have been a few changes in the equipment since episode 1. If you haven't seen episode 1, by the way, I recommend you watch that one first and see how we all started out here. One of the first things I changed, of course, was the seeder. We started out with a single row sugarcane seeder. Sold it after we finished seeding field 14, and we bought this one to sow field number 1. We do have 2 sugarcane fields on the go right now. I started a second one just to try and keep a constant supply of sugarcane going if we can. It takes about 3 days to grow. What else did we buy? We bought mowers and a plow. That's new. Anything else over here? The weeder's new. The bale wrapper. Still have the same cultivator. Still have the same utility tractor, our little Massey Ferguson there. Still have the original seeder. This seeder, you know, this one is eventually going to go because the tank on it is too small for the seed. It only takes like 492, something like that, and goes through seed fairly quickly. I was actually in the negative numbers before I sold a load of sugarcane, and by a load I mean by train, about 61,000 liters I think it was, and that brought us back up to 17,000, so we're back in the positive again. And the other big change was this. I went and sold the Star 105 in exchange for this, not because I didn't like the tractor, but because all the tractors that we started out with did not have the front PTO connector on it. And I wanted something with the front PTO, and more importantly to be able to handle the dual row seeder that we purchased. So, and the other change, of course, was the trailer. We sold that tiny little thing that we used to own. Yeah, that one there. It's either that one or this one, I can't remember. Yeah, I think it was this one. Yeah, we sold it anyway and bought the AgroLiner. It's a little bigger. It's not my ultimate favorite trailer, but it's okay. It does the job. Right now, field 1 and 14, as I said, are sugarcane fields, and field 2 had a load of soy in it. We sold that. I managed to purchase a new seeder. And we now have canola growing over in that field. It's only in the early stages of growth, so it's going to be a while. But I wanted to talk about this mostly. It does take some getting used to. If you haven't used this yet, it certainly takes some time to get straightened out. You might misjudge it, and kind of hard to tell where the rows actually are. You know, how many are actually supposed to be in what they consider a row. I'm guessing it's like 2 maybe, right? But it's kind of hard to tell. Like, it looks like 3 stalks there, 3 or 4 stalks. But I have a hard time telling. You guys might not, but I do. The other thing too is if you have why is this going so slow now? Hang on a second. Okay, that's weird. Oh, there we go. See, it's slowing down again. There. Alright, now it's under control. Everything was backwards and set up. As I was saying before I got distracted, I apologize. If you have crop destruction turned on, you are going to probably lose some crops, especially if you use a worker, because what he's going to do is he's going to turn around and he's going to actually drive down the middle of the crops, right, when he comes back the other way. And if you're still using this tiny little trailer on the back here, it's going to fill up rather quickly. And more than likely he's going to stop in the middle of the field, and you're going to have to drive it out in order to unload them, and you're going to destroy your crops. So I'm just saying, as long as you're prepared for that, it doesn't look that major when it comes to crop destruction. Like, really, it's not looking too bad. I do notice it a little bit. Like, sometimes it's pretty obvious, and other times not so much. But if you don't want that to happen, or you're worried about destroying too much crop, then just disable your crop destruction, right? And I'm just leaving it on, so I'm guessing that we're going to have to just deal with I'll just have to deal with the destruction as it comes, and pay my dues and whatnot until we can get the bigger harvester. So that's pretty much the only, well, one of the major issues anyway. But especially when, like, if you have a hired worker, and you might have to do that, right? Like, while you're lugging a load down to the sugar mill or transport company or wherever you're taking it. It can get a little annoying at times, but so yeah, I just wanted to touch on that with you guys, and that was about the only major problem I was having with this. Like, you can see it now. Just if you look back by the chute there, you can kind of see one row, an extra row, but I can't tell if that's because of the chopper or if I'm actually destroying the crop. It's hard to tell. The other thing you gotta watch too is this harvester is like the forage harvester, in the sense that if you're operating it yourself and your trailer fills up and you're not paying attention, it will continue to harvest, right? And it's just your trailer won't fill up anymore. It doesn't store anything like a wood chipper or anything like that. So just something to be aware of, just in case. So yeah, that's pretty much the only things you have to watch, guys. Other than that, well, I mean, it's not the ideal way, in my opinion. I'd rather have the case harvester to do this. I think it'll be a lot easier to use than this one is, as is the case with all these tow-behind harvesters, I think. I think if it was a front-mounted unit, um, I think it'd work a lot better. But, you know, it is what it is, so you just have to deal with it. So yeah, I'm just watching my trailer here too, so if I suddenly stop talking just out of the blue, that's why. You start concentrating, and next thing you know, you forget that you're actually doing a commentary. So we'll go ahead and unload this thing right now before we continue on. The unloading of the tipper is really neat though. I like it. It's controlled by your analog stick. It's not your, if you're playing on console, I'm playing on the PS4, so it's all done by your analog stick and your left control trigger. This is the other, you know what, this is the other issue I have too, is the fact that it's kind of hard to set up the trailer. Now, I haven't tried yet. I might do that in a few minutes. I haven't tried a hired worker just doing the harvesting while I tow the trailer. So we might give that a go, just to see what happens. So yeah, you just left control and you push down on your right analog to lift the bin, and then you tip towards the trailer. Yep, it's going in. Good. It took me a couple of restarts to figure out how close you actually needed to be with this thing. There we go. It's not my ideal trailer either. I'd rather have something a little bigger, but you know, it'll do. It'll do for now. Maybe after this load, what I'll do is I'll see if I can actually use that trailer to unload the harvester instead of doing it this way. Wonder if that will be any easier. Somehow doubt it, but you never know. Other thing I noticed too is that you won't destroy crops after the tops are cut off them. I've driven through a couple of them with the tractor after the tops are missing, and you can drive over the stalks no problem. It's kind of funny. Oh, I'm gonna have to get gas for this thing too. Forgot about that. But yeah, see, like no damage. Only if the tops are on it will you create crop destruction. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish off this trailer, and I will catch up with you. We're taking it to the transport company, but we gotta take that by train, so I will catch up with you over at the grain elevator. So I will see you in a couple minutes. Hey guys, so I just wanted to say too that there is a bale sell point right here at the animal livery. Right beside it actually. It's just not marked on your map, and there's no list price, but there is one here. I was selling all my bales at the biogas plant, but there is a sell point there. I just noticed that on the way over here. We are at grain elevator number 3, I believe, unloading. All 21,000 liters. Go ahead and start loading that into the train, might as well. And sugarcane. There we go. We'll see how much that gives us. So stupid me. I did think of a workaround there to avoid crop destruction. I don't know why this didn't come to me earlier. I think probably because I tried it and I couldn't get it to work for some reason. I don't know if I was setting it up wrong. Um, but you can hire a worker. I didn't think you could. I tried a couple times before I started recording, and it wouldn't register that it was near a field for me. So I don't know. I must have just had it set up wrong, I guess. But it is working now. So if you want to avoid the any crop destruction, just yeah, hire a worker. You do have to be fairly close, though. That's the only thing. He goes at normal harvesting speed, like 10 miles an hour or so. Let's go ahead and start him up. There we go. We'll cruise along here. Actually, let's set this up first before we go ahead. There we go. So yeah, there you go. Problem solved, Deej. Duh. I don't know why I didn't think of that before, but well, like I said, it wasn't. Well, there's part of the problem too. You don't want to get too far ahead of them, and you don't want to get too far behind them. It's kind of a cat and mouse game. Get close, but don't get close. But yeah, it wasn't like I did this exact same thing. I tried it 3 or 4 different times and it wouldn't work, right? Like, but so there's avoiding crop destruction. Problem solved. Or not. A little bit of crop destruction, but it's my own doing. Alright, if you destroy it, you destroy it. Don't worry about it. You got plenty. Oh, come on. Okay, yeah, see, this could potentially be an issue now. We'll go ahead and let him turn around. He seems to think that he still has a trailer attached to the back. And he takes a really big U-turn, so... Nope. Gotta be farther out on the way back. Couple of things I do like about sugarcane harvest. For one, although it is expensive, when you add up all the prices and everything, it does get expensive. However, the payoffs are this. For one, once the crop has matured, it's never going to wither on you. Sugarcane apparently just lasts forever once it's fully grown. And the second thing I like is the fact that you only have to plant it. Well, basically, if you have periodic plowing turned on, you have to replant it every 3 days if you want complete 100% bonus out of your harvest. If you have it shut off, you plant it once and it'll just grow forever. So All depends on your playing style, how you want to play it. I myself, like I said, go for a little bit of realism. Nothing too crazy. The only thing is though, once you start harvesting, you kind of have to continue, right? Because it will, if you just harvest part of it and leave it for a while, it will start growing back on you. And once you get past that first stage of growth, then you're back with your crop destruction problem again. So yeah. This actually isn't so bad. Now that I figured out how to set up the worker, this actually works a little better. I was worried that there was going to be way too much crop destruction going on and it'd take far too long to do it by yourself. I mean, look at the size of the field, right? In a single row planter? Wow. You're kidding. Jeez, really? So hard to pick your spot. Certainly doesn't take long to fill up a trailer though. It'd be nice to finally be able to afford a bigger one for sugarcane. Either that or two of those tipper trailers, I guess, would work too, right? That'll be the next step, instead of doing it this way, because I'd rather kind of leave this trailer for the other crops. Like everything else, all in due time. All in due time. We'll get to where we want to be. So what's everybody's take on this map? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? I'm kind of up in the air about the soil texture. I don't know if I can get used to it or not. Kind of like too bright orange for me, and other people have said the same thing. What about you guys? Yay or nay on Estancia Lapacho map? Go ahead and leave your comments below, guys. And while you're commenting, if you haven't done so already, if you would kindly please hit that like button if you're enjoying the content so far. Give that like a hit, would you? And if you can do that, why not hit that subscribe button at the same time? Trust me, nothing bad will happen to you. You're not going to be put on any mailing lists unless you want them, and the only mailing list that you'll get is notifications on when my next video comes out. But yeah, don't be shy, guys. Go ahead and comment on what you like, what you don't like, what you'd like to see in one of my videos, what you don't want to see in my videos. Are they too long, too short? I welcome all criticism, provided it's constructive, of course. Any deconstructive criticism or nasty remarks or whatever just get ignored and deleted. And we are almost full again, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and fast forward to a little further. We're going to do probably about 60,000 liters if we can before we wrap up this video. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I will see you guys in a few minutes, alright? Alright, so we are back at the grain elevator, and I was going to only do 60,000 liters, but I thought, you know what, let's fill up this rail car, because I've never actually had a full rail car before. Holds 120,000 liters in this rail car. The price of sugarcane right now is $216 per 1,000 liters. Dropped down a few. It was like 220, I think. So it's only dropped $4, which isn't bad. So we're gonna head over there now to the transport company. Drop this off and see how much we get for it. We're still not done the field, by the way. There's still some to come off that field. But we'll probably have to save that for another video. This won't take long, and then once we're done, we will wrap things up. And I'll let you guys get on with your day. 120,000. Yeah, this is the first time I've ever filled up a rail car to capacity. I was going to do both, but I'm like, you know what? Once this is unloaded, the price is going to drop pretty significantly, so there's really no point in filling up 2 rail cars of the same product. That'd be a complete waste. Here we are. Alright, you ready? What does 120,000 liters of sugarcane transfer to cash-wise? We are about to find out. We have 14,655. Here we go. And the grand total is $25,000, almost $26,000, guys. We're up to 40 grand. Not too shabby. And how much did that price come down? It is down to $193. So the sugar mill is now the place to go. That came down quite significantly. So we will be taking the rest of that to the sugar mill. Let's just shut the train off. We'll just coast down the hill, save some fuel. You know, when the train's off, you can't control the brakes or anything like that. I did not know that. Yeah, right. Well, so yeah, $25,000, guys, at 216. It's not bad. That's actually better than I thought, which means we are going to be able to upgrade one of our sugar beet trailers to probably this one here, 42,000. Be a Massey Ferguson. Yeah, because we'll trade in this lizard one and we'll get the Massey. I think that's a great idea. We'll go right to the top. Perfect. Which means we gotta unload that one. So let's grab this guy and we'll go do that, and I will take care of that. So in the meantime, guys, I appreciate you stopping by and checking out the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, wash, rinse, and repeat. And if you haven't seen my other videos, do check them out, please. You might find something interesting in there. Hopefully you found this one interesting, at the very least entertaining, or at the very least mildly amusing. Thanks for stopping by, guys. You all have a great day. Remember to please look out for one another, would you? Because it is a crazy world out there. Until next time, my friends, take care.